Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another live edition of Cicale's Corner, unsent, unfiltered. Yours truly, Dominick Cicale at Mafia Roundtable. Folks, I'm beat up. I'm beat up, banged up. It was hard for me to even come on today. I was going to cancel, but I couldn't do it to you, the viewers, the people that anticipate, that come on and wait, that stick up for me when haters come on. Thank you. So the love I have for everyone out there, from Francisco to Cynthia, Brandy, the Bronx, John, Dan. Thank you, everyone. Moji Boy, Richie, German. Thank you. So I'm here for you. I'm banged up. I'm not feeling too well, but it's all good. It's all good. Now, people, somebody mentioned on there, I think it was Brandy, maybe a little bit later. So say around 6 o'clock would be better. I do a 6 o'clock show instead of 5. So let me know in your comments, because I could adjust my time, even though that's my nap time. You know, I'm old. I go to bed early. Nah, just joking. But we could accommodate, or earlier, maybe 4 o'clock. So let me know what you guys prefer, and we'll make it a change in schedule if need be. So today we're going to talk about inside the mind of one of Mafia's most I was going to joke unstable. No, but I was pretty stable. It was pretty stable out there. What it takes, how you have to change your thoughts, your ways, your inside to survive. Because unless you have evil in you, like there's some people that do, you do have to acclimate to the life. You have to change your ways. You have to be more keeping things close to the vest. And it does take a toll on you at times. And I see my hat's crooked, but that's all good. So I'm healing up pretty well. It's coming just two little black eyes, but all good. So we'll go into that. I'll explain how it is in the life, how it is after the life, as far as mindset, how I feel. And don't get me wrong, there's times I really want to go back to my old ways, but I put like a 72-hour timeout period. So if I find myself, and I'll go into that later, what I mean by that. But it's difficult. Life is not easy. That's why I tell people out there who are having a hard time, just keep on picking yourself back up. You could do it. Just stay focused. If you get frustrated, you get aggravated, you fall down, you don't succeed, wipe your knees off, pick yourself back up, and try again. Keep on trying. Be resilient. You'll achieve your goals eventually, one way or another. Whether it be in that direction you're going or another direction, but keep it legal, and you'll get it. You'll accomplish what you want in life. I've always did. I've always excelled when I put my mind to something. That's why I was so focused on staying home this time, being legit after I cooperated, not doing anything illegal. And trust me, I've been tempted a lot to cross that line, and I haven't. So before we go into that, people, as German would say, go to egvodka.com, order it today, 100% gluten-free, organic, 3 flavors. We have rosemary, lavender, Earl Grey, sage, and the regular. Excellent vodka on the market. You will not be disappointed. And still, it's a great for birthday gifts, for a Valentine's Day gift. Really beautiful bottle, but the liquor inside's even better. Go to egvodka.com, order it today. And then also go to Always Lit Cigars, order your 3 Capo cigars, and we're coming out with more name cigars. It's a fun thing, but excellent smoke, really good cigar. And folks, another thing, the shirts, we already have them in the envelopes, all bagged. I just have to take them all to the post office. So I have a massive box of shirts. There's about 150 shirts that are going out. That was everybody's belated Christmas gift from me to you, the followers who requested. And people, I apologize. We ran out of smalls and mediums, so you got the next size up. And, if it's not your size, I apologize. I gave everything I had. I have maybe about 6 shirts left. So until we reorder and get more shirts, I did my best. But you'll be receiving the shirts within the next week. So with that, we'll go into today's show. Now, in the life, I was known on the streets growing up. I was pretty fair with people. I think growing up as a kid, I was very generous. I was always the type, if I had, I would give it to you. I would help you out. Even as a kid, if I had candy, here, have some. Always sharing. I was always brought up that way, and I was an only child growing up. But and I always had a big heart. That was one thing. A big, big heart. I was always the one who, if we went out to eat, went to the pizzeria as a kid, I had the money in my pocket, I'd pick up somebody's bill, or buy him a slice, buy him candy. As the years go on, you progress. You go into restaurants, you go to clubs, things are different. But I was always a sport, even when I was a captain in the Bonanno crime family. And I'll tell you, Joey Gambini, also big, big sport. And I told them Christmas time, I have the check. Nobody touched the check. I told the owner of the restaurant, go get the check. Joey already took it. I was pissed. I was fuming, especially I had a few drinks in me. You know, it's a nice gesture, but I just want to show my appreciation to my guys. So, but Joey beat me to the punch. And even when I wanted to buy a piece of jewelry for my son's mother's daughter, I ordered it. Joey paid for it. Like, very, very big sport. And thank you, Joey, for that. Really good hearted guy till this day. I go to his restaurant, if we go one night, we went out, there might have been 24 of us sitting in the restaurant, had a great time drinking, eating, smoking cigars, closed the place down, no bill. So, that's Joey. Won't take it. Well, he threatens his staff. He's just that good-hearted of a person. So, we take care of the waiters really well, as if we're paying a bill. Sometimes it's better off give us the bill. But and he has excellent food, excellent to hands down, probably the best in Florida. Period. So, um, so in that life, I was always a sport. I wasn't one of these guys that make my guys pay for everything. And you have a lot of guys like that. Guys like Nicky Santoro, notorious for that. Guys like Michael Washwoman Mancuso, notorious like that. Never go in their pocket. They don't have it. But even when they do have it, if they make a score, they still don't go in their pockets. And that's what's sad about the life. That's where a lot of people lose respect. Like, come on, if I'm going out, I'm taking my guys. My guys anticipate to pick up the bill. When they see they have no bill, that I picked up everything, it just gives them more, wow, I'm under a really good capo. It helps. It helps. Then you have to have your mindset. You can't show weakness. And I have a big heart. If I see something that touches my heart, it bothers me. And in that life, you have to remain hard. I even had friends tell me, Dom, you changed. When you got involved in that life, it was like a different person. Like, you showed no emotion. You didn't show any compassion. And you can't do that because that's a sign of weakness. You have to keep everything close to your vest, meaning if somebody ticks you off, gets you pissed, uh, don't say anything. Don't say anything. Keep your opinions to yourself. The only one who knew 99% of my inner thoughts, and I knew his, was Vinny Basciano and myself. We spoke about everything and anything, um, and we shared a lot. We bounced things off of each other continuously, and there was times we agreed, times we disagreed with each other, but we respect each other's opinion. And if I disagreed with him and he felt adamant about something, we did it. Vice versa, if it's the other way, he disagreed with me and I felt adamant about it. He's like, Bo, go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. Do what you got to do. And that's what we were really brothers at the end of the day. And it's sad the way everything turned out. I even had some people offline to me after they heard the tape with Vinny and Joe. And this bothers me. It could be true, but it hits personal. Do you think Vinny did it on purpose? Because remember, folks, Vinny was only on one tape with Big Lou that he knew Big Lou was a cooperator. Okay. He really didn't say much wrong. The only thing he said was, I was his acting captain at that time. But Vinny was on no phone recording, no video recordings. The only two recordings was with Big Lou and Joe Messino in prison. And Vinny would never discuss murder. And for him to discuss it was like, wow. So people ask me, do you think he felt jealous that you were out there? And I still, till this day, I say no, but it sits in the back of my head at times. It's easy for me to say yes, but I have to be fair with myself and what I say. I don't believe he'd want to see me in jail. He'd want to see me out there. There is a sense of jealous and envious when you are locked up. And I'm saying that from my experience because I know when I was locked up, there was some guys out there. All of a sudden, they started going to places I frequent, doing things I did, using my connections. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? But you see that that's part of life. Maybe because they idolize you, they look up to you, and they just want to basically try to fill that slot. Which it's human nature, folks. Human nature. Look at Michael. He did his hair, did his teeth. He wants to be Vinny in the worst way. He can never be Vinny. He's not built like that by far. He doesn't have the brain, the capacity. He has the brain of a nincompoop is the best way to put it. So, but being in that life, it's really takes a toll on you mentally. I wouldn't say physically, but mentally a lot because you don't know. You have to watch what you say to who you say. You don't know who's going to walk you in. Anytime you could be killed. If you're not tight, like when Vinny was locked up, my brain was going. I was close with Louis Electric. I was the one who elevated him to official captain. Vinny told me go ahead and do it. So I knew I had an ally there, but then again, you really don't know because Michael could have called from Louis on the sneak and said, "Listen, Dominick has to go." And who knows? Everybody has aspirations, so who knows if Louis would have said, "Okay, you know what? Let's take him out." So you have to be careful with everybody, and even Ace Aiello, he was, Joey even told me, he said, told his cousin, why don't we just take Dominick out? And Ace was like, take him back. Said, no, that's my guy. Can't do it. And Joey told me that we had talks, till this day. I love Joey. He's a pistol. We laugh, we have drinks together. But, he told me we lay everything out and we're men. We accept it. It's part of the life. And he said, like, Dom, that was the best thing I could have did was walk away. That was the best thing. Look at me now. And, today he's doing very well for himself and he deserves it. He puts in the work. He's dedicated. And, but that's the life. It's treacherous. You never know where it's coming from, who it's going to come from, who's going to turn on you. And, that's what's sad. So you have to keep everything, your inner thoughts in your brain. You can't react. And I would sit back, I'd wait, I'd look at the playing field. I roll things over in my mind constantly. Till this day, I do the same thing. And what bothers me more than anything, and I'm saying this as me as a person, the way I was brought up, remember, I've been in the streets, been in the mafia. So I'm used to a certain way people treating me when we make deals, when we do business together, if somebody says something to me. And when people fucked up in the past, they knew they're putting their lives on the line, period, hands down, without question. So they watched their P's and Q's. When they committed, they fully committed. They knew to commit. And it was easier for me because I knew how to act, and that was it. So carrying that over, that I turned my life around, I haven't had a fight since I've been home. I haven't put my hands on somebody since I've been home. And it's amazing because there's times I do want to react. People not keeping their word, doing nasty things. I want to react so bad. There was one biggest, I'm not even going to go into it, but there's times you almost slip. And thank God I pulled myself back. I think if I fail, what's going to happen? Somebody's going to be hurt, laid out, and I'll go back to jail. Jail means nothing to me, folks, really. I know people say I ratted because I didn't want to do life. Number one, I wasn't getting a life sentence. I wasn't getting a life sentence. I feel I would have wound up max at 20. 20 years, we would have took a plea. I wasn't going to trial. Well, if I went to trial, I wind up with 30. I don't think I would have got life. No way. We're not getting the death penalty. It was another street guy that got killed. Wasn't like a doctor or a nurse or a politician got killed, a legitimate person. It was another street guy. So we're not getting the death penalty. That's not happening. And I just felt it wasn't the time. It wasn't the time. Jail's like hanging out. It's like I grew up at Hazel Towers. In the summertime, we all go downstairs. We'll hang out. We'll play cards. We'll play stickball. We'll play stoop ball. We'll play football, whatever it may be. But it's everybody hanging out all the time, having a good time, drinking some sodas, having some lunch. Jail is the same thing, folks. Jail is the exact same thing. You have a lot of rec time, leisure time. You're playing cards. If you're locked down in the unit, you play cards. You pick up a book. You read. Listen, as sick as this may sound, once you get into a routine, and you know what? I'm going to give a shout out to my man, Eric Frost. You know what? I like hearing him. I've been listening to him a little bit, even though he wants to kick the shit out of me. I'm okay with it. I don't think he can, but we will set that up, Eric. But he knows how it is. You sit in jail, like you pick up a book, you read, you go into another dimension, another time. And it just happened. Once you're in that routine, there's not enough hours in the day. It's amazing. Like, it's sick. I would call people, how you doing? How's your day going? There's not enough hours in my day. And they're like, are you for real? Like, you want to go home. You want your days to be. There's not enough hours. Just couldn't get everything in. And my days start at 4 a.m. As soon as they pop that door at 5 a.m., I'm on the rec yard. I'm one of the first ones out there. But you just acclimate. So it wasn't being in jail. I had my commissary. It's hanging out. That's all it is hanging out. Granted, when you're in MDC Brooklyn, MCC New York, or Rikers Island, wherever you're at, whatever holding facility, before you get sentenced, that's the toughest time. County jails, city jails. But you still acclimate with those too. You adjust. But once you get to an institution, a compound, it's like hanging out. You have fresh air. You go watch. They have softball games where they might have each unit against each other. A league, a softball league. They have the football touch league. So summertime, if you're in an FCI, lockdowns usually they close the compound at 9 o'clock, 9:45 at night when it starts getting dark. But they're out playing softball. So you go out, sit on the bleachers after you shower, you go out with coffee, some food, whatever. Everybody's hanging out, watching the softball games. And there's some good games. So it's just entertaining. Everybody's just hanging out. It's just really a hangout time. That's all it is. So jail doesn't scare me. That's for sure. And there are times where I definitely want to react, and then I pull myself back. If I react, you know what? I'll give all these haters the right to say, see, I told you he would never change. I told you he would never change. And folks, as I sit here today, my first Thanksgiving out, my mother came down to my house, my cousin Nancy and her son. My daughter, I think, came down as well. And my cousin Nancy told my wife, he'll never change. He'll be back in 3 to 4 years, 3 to 5 years, whatever it was. After they left, my wife was highly upset, told me. I was like, wow. And, it's disgusting. And I'll go more into that when I do my live with Joe Barone. People go to the Goodfella podcast, watch Joe Barone, because Joe used to go out with my cousin. And she was the type of woman that, good woman. She'd be home, cook, clean, made her own money, independent, but very jealous and envious of everybody. She feels everything's coming to her. Everybody owes her something in life. And Nancy, it doesn't work that way. Nobody owes you a thing. And her mother's the same way. Her mother's 10 times worse. But and it's sad. It's really sad. But at the end of the day, really, there's a lot of stuff I regret in my life that I have to live with. One of them is cooperating, putting my best friend away. But then again, I look at it, you should have kept your mouth shut. You could use excuse after excuse after excuse. Um, it's sad, but you know what? I chose my path. He chose his. There was other avenues to take. If he would have been more in tune to the group instead of me, I never cooperate. And that would have been it. We all would have pled out and we go about our business. We would have all been out there. But for me, it would have been a revolving door, especially nowadays because the cooperators out there, knowing the way myself and Vinny are, they would not be in the Bronx. And if we ran past any of them, whether it be in the five boroughs, we're taking them out. Definitely, definitely. And there's a few people we would have moved on with as far as Angelo Prisco, definitely moved on them quick. And that's just the way we were. When I was in that life, then that's the mentality I had. You have to be hardcore, you have to be cold. And that takes a toll on you. My next biggest regret, my grandparents. They loved me unconditionally. I could do no wrong. Uh, I'm being charged with murder. Oh, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Dominic could do no wrong. And now I'm finally doing right. I know they're looking down upon me, proud. And, I love them dearly till this day. And I get choked up just thinking about them. But, I adore my grandparents. Even my father's, my grandmother on my father's side too. I could do no wrong with her. She would yell, different type of love. She had that hardcore love, but I could do no wrong with my grandmother, and anything I wanted, she gave me. So, myself and my uncle Pete the Neck, we just knew how to handle it. Come on, Graham, we're taking you out. We'll have a limo come pick her up. And she loved that, putting on all her jewelries, her minks. Oh, my grandson. And she'd love to doll up and go out and take her out to a nice restaurant. All right. Okay, Dom, go ahead. You could go get that money. You could go do this. Go ahead. And my uncle was the same way. We basically had similarities. The only thing was he was a little bit more off his rocker than me. I was a little bit more reserved, but very witty, very sharp. Really, I do miss him. But life goes on. So these are the things I deal with even today, acclimating, becoming who I am, the man I am today, not using violence anymore. And there's times, like I take things personal, very personal. And people don't even realize, sometimes I look at them like, you have no idea. You have no idea. Like sometimes I'm like, I should just, and God help somebody if I do hit that breaking point, it's not going to be good. So I could give a shit. I would, oh, why go to jail? Big deal. I'll be 57 years old. It's nothing for me anymore. But I don't want to do that. So it's hard. It's hard. It's challenging at times. I'm determined to stay focused. And I have people smacking me around left and right, just not physically, but just by their actions, things they do. They think they're above the law. They think they're above everything. And, it's like, you know what? You keep on poking a bull. Oh, that bull's behind the fence. It's not going to get me. It's caged. It's caged. It's caged. One day those chains break. You get gorged. So hopefully I'll just still remain patient. And that's it. Now, that's basically it. That's everything you deal with. So I would give a psychiatrist the hard time. A psychiatrist is going to need a psychiatrist after going through my brain. So, but I'm at a happier place in my life now. But it is difficult. It is difficult. If I had to choose as far as respect wise, definitely my past. I would take my past hands down all day long. If people knew me going legit, but people had that fear from my past, I would use that all day long. Not just to keep people in line, knowing, okay, well, I can't commit to them. So, Dom, I don't want this deal. Dom, I'm going to walk away from this. Dom, I'm going to do that. Knowing the ramifications, as opposed to just coming in knowing with open minds, all right, I'll get Dom to put up money. I'll get Dom to do this. And then at the end of the day, we're going to screw him over. So that's the difference. That's the difference. So with that, I'm going to cut today short. I'll answer some questions, and then so I'm really not feeling well. Tomorrow, folks, I will be in Tampa most of the day, so I don't know if I could get back in time. But Friday will. Oh, Friday at 2. I'll see if I could switch up some times around. If I'm not on Thursday or Friday, I'll be on Saturday. But let me know if you want me to start doing my regulars at 5 or 6. We have hello, Cynthia. Yes, see you. Hugs. Live at 5 for sure. Okay, we got live at 5 for sure. Okay, so it looks like 5 is in. Francisco, Richie, Jay. We have Jersey in the house. Cynthia, Sons of Ecstasy is about the Gravanos when they did the Ecstasy, Arizona. Sammy went away for 20 years. Yep. I haven't seen it. I'm sure it's going to be good because Sammy is a perfectionist, but who knows? We'll see. Let me scroll down. Ryan Brown, thank you for the contribution. Dom, from what you said about Vinny, he's 100% gangster, but very fair. How many chances did he give Randy? Well, he only gave Randy one chance. One. I, I gave him the second chance. The third chance, I fought with Vinny. And Vinny said, keep this effing kid away from me. I'm done with it. And that's when I told Randy, stay away. Stay away from Vinny. Just stay close to me. Randy said, okay. The next day, Randy went out and got $1 million insurance policy on himself. So he knew like he was effing up big time. Timothy O'Reilly, 3 Capo cigars. Thank you for the contribution, Timothy. I appreciate it. Phil Bob, thank you for the contribution. Yo, Dom, my brother from another mother. I need some stock advice and help over here. Philly Bob, you know what I like? I like Meta. I picked up some yesterday. I'm down on my positions, but I think Meta is going to have a pretty big week next week. It's been leveling out, and it's ready for a nice run, which it had about 2 days ago. It's up, I think, $25. Pulled back yesterday. That's when I bought in. It was about maybe $15 down. I bought in at that. Today it's down some more. But I think either Friday or Tuesday or Wednesday it should have a really big day. So I like Meta right now. And remember, I'm not a stockbroker. I'm not a financial planner. I'm a convicted felon. So I have to say that just so I cover my butt. If anybody else here is. German, as always, thank you for the contribution. Have a shot of EG vodka on me. Much love and respect, German. Much love and respect to you. Good morning to you. As I see in your text messages, it's morning time in the land down under. Good to see you, German. Anthony, hey, Dom. In the house, glad to be here. Hope all is good with you and Maddie. Thank you. We have, I think that's the Italian flag. Okay, Anthony, thank you. GEO, did you agree to cooperate in October of 2005 when you were in MDC Brooklyn? I was Quiet Dom Selly at the time. You were with Andrew. Okay, so yes, you do remember. I remember you went out for lawyer visits and didn't come back. No, I cooperated in January of 06. So for the whole year I was there, I did not cooperate. No, I did not. I had a lot of lawyers. I had about, I think altogether 4 or 5 lawyers. With my death penalty lawyer, 5 lawyers on the case, GL. But no, I did not cooperate at that time. And you know what almost stopped me from cooperating? And you were there. I was so close with Quiet Dom. I felt so bad. It was breaking my heart. It was breaking my heart, especially when he told me, he says, Dom, if Vinny comes to this institution, I'm not recognizing them. What they're doing to you is a disgrace. And really, it bothered me. And I was this close from telling him, Dom, I'm leaving. I'm cooperating. I just didn't want to see the look on his face, the disappointment. That would have crushed me. That would have crushed me. I know it bothered him. Bothered some other Genovese high ups. As far as I was even told that they made some comments. What the F did these guys do to this kid? Meaning me. But there's still no excuse. No, but in October of 2005, I did not cooperate. It was more or less in January. In January, I would say around December, I entertained it. I went. I didn't say anything. Didn't say two words to the feds. Nothing. Nada. They told me what they wanted, what I expect, and I turned around and I said, "It's not for me." When Michael Knowles turned around and sent my son's mother, $3,500. Year before, my guys gave up about 360, anywhere from 350 to 375, around there. Kicked up that type of money, and he sent $3,500. I was done. I was done. I mean, I was done with everything. Gio goes on to say, "Glad to see you well. I remember you telling me to treat the old man like he was my grandfather." Yeah, I miss Dom. I do miss him. He was a good guy. I remember, folks, one time where on the rec deck, and to see down, you would have to lift up, and he's over there trying to hold me up. Like, he loved me. When I was gone and I'd come back to, say I would have my legal visits, I'd come back, he'd be looking for me. What, everything okay? Everything, like, just a father and son relationship. That's how close we were. And I just, I do miss him. I miss that relationship. And may he rest in peace. Ryan, you probably could have beat it. They just said Dominic did it. You're the one told Vinny, and they wouldn't have ever ratted on you. No, Ryan, I really think I could have beaten it. Definitely, hands down. And I didn't even tell that story yet with Randy Pizzola, that murder, and the murder of Frank Santoro. I think I told Frank Santoro murder, but I didn't tell. They had nothing on me. I mean, there was no cell phone records, no Easy Pass records. I was living in Vineland, New Jersey. That's but in between Philly and AC at the time. So there was no way they could have linked me to that crime scene. So yeah, but we'll go into that on Cicale's Corner Unfiltered. We'll definitely go into that. I think I could have beat it, but it wasn't about that. It was just about Vinny, what he was wanting me to do, take the stand in our case. And then Michael taking everything from me, leaving me broke with nothing. I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of this shit. I saw the handwriting on the wall. Everything was about me, 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 me. Our sports book, like I said, that football season we were up 750,000. The money was given already. I'm like, Vin, where's my half? Oh, I don't know what's going on now. But you have the fucking money. What do you mean you don't know what's going on? And it's just one thing after another. So maybe I got a sour taste in my mouth. And like I always say, loyalty is a two-way street. Wasn't having it. We have Ranger fan Eric Forst. I've been watching all your content. Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. You're very genuine, and it comes across as your content. Keep it up. Is that for Eric Frost or me? No, but I seen Eric. Eric's had some things to say. He didn't agree with me, and I respect that. And I like the way he spoke when he was talking about getting in a boxing ring with me. He's like, man, maybe he could beat me, maybe not. We'd have to get. I like that. I like that. He seems very respectful, but he didn't rat. I did. So we'll see if he has a problem with that. Maybe we'll come on, do a show together. We'll combat one another. We'll go back and forth. I'm always open for a healthy battle verbally. We can get heated as long as it stays respectful somewhat. I'm okay with it. So, do you think Trump will take Greenland? I don't know. I think he'll finesse his way with certain things, especially the Panama Canal. And it makes sense, them joining into the United States. It definitely does. It could be more lucrative for them. It opens up better opportunities, and it helps expand us as a country, to unite. So he's not an idiot, that's for sure. Timothy O'Reilly, Eric, keep producing the good content. Okay. Oh, standing on business, whatever for. Thanks, Timmy. I didn't see you were on. Eric, glad you're watching. Thank you for coming on. You want to fight me? Let's go. Nah, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. All good. But yeah, Eric, if you want, maybe I know you're on the other side, Joey Molino. You're not. You don't seem like to be one of these ball hangers. I appreciate that. You seems like you're your own man, just the way I am. I might have cooperated. I have my reasons, but there is no reason at the end of the day. If you want to come on, we could do something where you tell me how you feel. I'll tell you how I feel. We go back and forth. It gets heated. It gets heated. I'm not one of these keyboard warriors, and I see you're not either. But we'll voice our opinions strongly. So I think we could have a good show. So, standing Eric again, support legitimate business people are worse than gangsters. Absolutely, Eric. I agree with you with that. The shit I've been through with these legitimate people, it's fucking disgusting. Beyond disgusting. It's they think they could do what they want when they want because they have money. And that I don't like. Sam the Man. Watch stand-up comedy, Dom. Gotcha. Gotta learn how to laugh more, brother. Oh, I do. I'm Sam, I'm sick right now. I'm dying, and tomorrow I have a business meeting with a production company in Tampa. They're actually coming from Naples. It's ITZ Media, Big Chuck. My boy Monty used to be with him, Frank Nader. We were going to do things when I first came home from jail. So we'll see. They also, I don't know if they still have In Trouble Zone Productions, but I'm meeting him tomorrow in Tampa. We're going to see what we could do, what we could put together. So Chuck's a great guy. I know him for now 10 years. Frank Monty introduced me to him. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. This is from Stefan. Do you miss that life? At times, yes, I do. At times, I definitely miss the life. I just miss the camaraderie. I miss the guys. We had a lot of laughs, a lot of fun, drinks, going out. But you know what? As you get older, I couldn't be doing that anymore. Going out continuously. I was out 4 or 5 nights a week. We're partying, drinking, having a good time, laughing, girls. Like it was ridiculous. Can't do that anymore. Age does catch up to you. That's for sure. Timothy O'Reilly, thank you for your contribution. Take your frustrations out on Eric in the ring. But I actually like it. Like when I see with Eric, I like him. So it'll be difficult. But no, we can have a good match, I think. Definitely. I would definitely want to set it up, get some. I want Michael Washwoman Mancuso. That's who I want. If he has any balls, which he doesn't, he has the flap. He has the flap. He had the transgender. I'm sorry. I'm sick and I can't speak. But he had the surgery, so he has no balls left. He never did. So what they took away was really minimal. I would like to get him into the ring as well. Ryan Brown, thank you for the contribution. Dom, what you said about Vinny? Oh, he's a gangster. I read that already, but thank you again. Handsome Crayon, thank you for the contribution. It's funny, you are glorifying the violent side of the mob, and you are opposite of man of honor, ratting on your brothers. You know what? I'm not glorifying the violent side of the mob. There's nothing to glorify when you're violent. All I'm stating is when people know that you can cause violence and you're capable, they stay into tune in line in business a lot more. So you have legitimate business people, they get in bed with you and they know who you are, they know what you're capable of doing. They're not going to screw you over. Since I've been home, people don't know my past. When they get into business, I do the right thing. I do what I'm supposed to do. And then boom, they come and hit you like they want to screw you over. So that's all I'm getting at. That's all I'm saying. So and there is no honor. I never say there's honor in ratting. Never said that at all. I call myself, I say I take the coward way out. So just a correction for that. But thank you again for the contribution. You didn't even have to contribute. Just hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. That's all I ask. Thank you, though. It's greatly appreciated. Who had the glass jaw? Jimmy. Well, I hate to say it, Jimmy. Vinny had a glass jaw. But the guy would fight King Kong at a drop of a dime. So Just happens. Can't take a punch. Jeremy, hey Dom, keep up the good work from Maine. Thank you, Jeremy. Appreciate it. We have all caps. Hello, world. Dom, I would much appreciate help with making bank with stocks, and we'll kick back 100% to the show appreciation. I, if I last body given out, why before urgent or perhaps? Listen, we'll help with the stocks. I told you, everybody, I picked up Meta yesterday. Bought some close options, January 24th options. I expect a little pop. Actually, the day I bought it, I was up. I should have sold, but I didn't. They do say rinse and repeat. Just, keep on flipping it in and out. But I saw more potential for it. I thought it was going to go up higher, but it didn't. So I feel by next week I'll be out of that, and then I'll go long probably on Tesla. Tesla's in correction mode right now. Everybody's saying it's going to pull back to the 370s. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Today it was supposed to go down and really had a pretty strong day, even though it didn't do much, but it was strong. It kept it up. Keep your chin up, Dom, on your right. You're on the right path. Thank you, hello world. I appreciate it. I tried. Timothy O'Reilly, again, thank you for the contribution. I'm reading back down. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Handsome Crayon, thank you again for the contribution. Keep Joey's name out of your mouth. You know what? Keep your fucking contribution, you scumbag, and that's it. Goodbye. I don't need you or your money. So we'll delete that just because you donate and take it back. Well, I'll send it back. So fuck you and Joey. How about that? So you can't be nice to people. You try to explain something, they want to come back like the keyboard tough guys again. Keyboard tough guys. Unbelievable. That bothers me most of all. When I try to be humble, I try to be nice, respectful with bad comment, and then you come back with something stupid. Like, unbelievable. And it's no reflection on Joey, what I just said, because it's just this asshole, thinks he could give a contribution. I don't need his money. I don't do it for money. I just do it for myself, for you out there. And I'm going to be an inspiration for people. And I apologize to people for showing the outbursts, but I'm human. So, but we will go into definitely coaching, even talking about this. I'll bring this up as a topic, how to control yourself, restrain, and not come out of character, which, it's difficult. It is difficult, myself included. So we'll teach, we'll grow together. And then I want to get people right as far as their body, mind, financials. We'll come up with some good workouts. We'll come up good eating regimens, some just showing dedication, motivation, just to move forward, to strive. And then we'll help you with your finances, with business, and just to be determined, give advice, have a good forum talk. And it'll be a good platform. So we'll be creating it soon. And once we do, everybody's welcome to join. We'll have different levels, and we'll take it from there and choose the level that best fits you. With that, folks, I'm really feeling tired. We have Dirty Harry. I didn't say, you just said fuck Joey, but then said nothing against him. I know, because I got mad at the other guy, at the troll. That's why. I got mad at troll. That's why I said that. Okay. How about learn to read and speak first? You know what? Watch this one. Goodbye, you too. That's all. I don't need to be abused when I'm not feeling well. Philly Bob Dom, hope you have a good night. I will try to. I'm getting heat. I'm starting to sweat. Spinner 171 Dom, you should box Gunner. He said that movie Bloodsport was actually based on a true story about him winning. Oh, wow. Okay. Cynthia, good night. Let me see. We'll get this guy out. Dirty Harry gone. Cynthia, have a good night. Thank you for coming on. Everybody, David Price, remember, Dom, trolls live on the bridges. I know. I think I'm going to I could have somebody here monitoring, right, on the chat. So I have two people I'm willing to give control to just knock these haters out. I want to keep haters in though. That's just it. I don't like the nonsense, especially if I take the time, I read their statement, then I apologize or just explain it, and then they come back with bullshit. That's where I want to stop. But I don't know. I guess it's just part of the course. We'll just play it as it goes. Author card. Is horse alive? Uh, Richie, I don't know. I don't know. I'll ask around. I'll see who knows. Hello, world. Dom was put in a situation, not his own doing. Most people have been. And that's another thing. Thank you for that. A lot of people, they weren't in my shoes. They didn't know how I felt. So for them to throw stones, it's like, wow, wow. But it's all good. I take it. I knew the consequences. I knew what I was going to get into. And that's about it. Everybody have a wonderful evening. Wish everybody the best. If I'm back early from Tampa tomorrow, we will do a live. If not, hopefully Friday or Saturday. Everybody, peace out. Have a great evening. Thank you again.